There we go. Perfect. And we're live. Give that a cheeky, give that a cheeky dosh. So, here we are. Ready for the launch. They've put this little teaser online. I haven't watched it yet. We'll watch it. It's only 1.5 minutes, and then in about 20 minutes, the actual car will be showing off. I've got the... I've got all the angles covered here. I've got their website ready. Social. There is a YouTube video going live as well. So we'll see. Well, it would be all we want to see is multiple teams have a chance at winning. That's all we want to see. Ramesh, how you doing? Joey on YouTube game. GameStein? Have I pronounced that right? Affy, good morning. It's too early in the morning for me to be trying to pronounce names properly. I'm not good at it at the best of times. Let's watch this. Let's watch this teaser. See what it's all about.
You only know where you're going once you know where you've been. And until the dust settles, can you truly face the wind? A team, all dedicated, working towards the same thing. This year, we're hyper-focused. We race to win. Just look at our progress over the last 3 years. Our hill climbers, our journey, and the reason we're all here. A team that's made a mark and continued shifting gears, you, us, together. I Am is the home that brings us all near. We sometimes fail in order to succeed. Our positive actions create positive changes, and that births a positive breed. Can you remember that feeling in your gut, the one that's bursting at the seams, just ready to unlock your potential and fulfill your wildest dreams? Both pain and struggle are ingredients for success, and those obstacles build character to ensure we pass the test. You've got to want with every part of you, down to your last breath, shutting out all the noise, no distractions, and focus on what's best. Your gift is your presence. Never forget that you are special. Always remember.
I didn't really want to... No, I'll let it finish. I'll let it finish.
Follow one course until successful.
I mean, listen, I actually quite like the spoken word. I think that's technically what that is, right? It's called spoken word, and I actually quite like it. There's something quite nice about hearing it. I mean, he was very eloquent. I wouldn't say it's anything to do with the Formula One launch, but it was nice. I liked it. Good morning, Nasha. It's fine. Now, I don't think Aston Martin have... Well, they are posting... I don't think sometimes we realise just how large these Formula One teams are. Got the cargo pants on. Look at this. Love that. Mr. Mike Crack. Now, I think it takes a strong individual to come through... Oh, that's a poor choice of words. To come through life with a name like that and, be successful. Come out on the other side and be successful, Because we've all been to school. We know what it's like. They're at Silverstone this morning, so they're going to be doing a shakedown right after this. I'm not sure if I saw their race suits. You can actually hear the admin basically telling him to cut. They could have cut that bit out, couldn't they? This is just the launch times. Show us the damn car. Now, I'd like to just play a little game here. What are we thinking in terms of do we think it's going to be the classic Aston Martin green? Which is what we think it is with the luminous yellow stripe, or are we going to see a lot of black? Are we going to see a lot of carbon? I just don't know.
I didn't expect it to look like.
Obviously, I hope it's not carbon, but
AMR-TC, and I'm about to see the AMR24. I'm going to see it start up for the first time.
I know, Nash. Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Valvoline, all before the
I'm
launch.
just trying to get someone else to give me hope and positivity. You know.
From the older car to the new one, is everything changed?
Good morning,
Really,
Effie.
they've changed everything.
Yeah.
We're about to go inside to see the actual 2024 F1 car. I didn't expect it to look like that.
Who is this guy? Should I know who this guy is? Matt Armstrong. Should I know who that is? He's a BMXer. I'm not familiar. I'm too
We're
old.
about to watch the AMR24 come to life for the first time. I've got my earplugs at the ready. This is going to sound absolutely
Like a what's it?
insane. It started off first time, no problem. It is the loudest thing, but it's looking all good. We're getting thumbs up.
It's so hilarious to me because you imagine a Formula One engine. I've never been that close to a Formula One engine, right? You go in there and you think, wow, that's loud. Okay. He thinks it's loud. Imagine what it was like in the V12 era. Like, those probably wouldn't do it. You'd need proper earmuffs in the V12 era. It'd blow your eardrums being that close to it.
I can't show you more. The start of the 2024 season, the first start up of the AMR24. The guys have got something in store for me in the race space. Don't know what we're going to start up with the AMR24.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Valvoline.
The guys have got some.
I mean, that is a very carbon front wing, actually. Now I've just seen it. If that is the design, guys, which it might very well be, you'll see that the bottom part of the front nose cone is black and the top part is green, with the front flap being... So I took the liberty of putting together some pictures here, and that was kind of like what it was last year. You see the front wing was actually predominantly black, so I don't think much has changed that. And then this bottom part here under was black, and then obviously the floor is obviously carbon, but then they had this whole carbon element on the downwash as well. So it looks like the I mean, that might be an old front wing though, you just never know. Good morning, Sean, by the way. I mean, obviously the Aston Martin green is a lovely colour of green, isn't it? So let's hope that they've stuck to it.
So when I see this going around the track next with this, I'm gonna be like, oh, I fit one of them. Something.
I mean, that is presumably the old front wing, no? Kurt, good morning. They've not. Hello, Tom. If you're new, guys, just give that YouTube video, YouTube stream a quick like. Yeah.
Something I have noticed as well, a vital part, the Valvoline branding. But these little holes here, they can measure the degradation in the tyre, and it's through
Love
these,
that, guys. I appreciate it.
Is that right? Them ones there. I told you it was them ones. So that is so much for value.
That's cool, man. Getting a tour of a factory like that is cool. Oh, this was their racewear, wasn't it? Is this red, white, and black? Is that the Valvoline colours? Is that what that is? Red, blue. Well, Valvoline's like red and blue, isn't it? So what are these? What's this red, white, and black colours then?
Gratitude dispensed.
Phantom gifted a tier 1 sub to Knasher. They have given 18 gift subs in the channel.
I love how it says Kanasha. I appreciate that, Tom. This is the team, the new team merch. Is it me? Or is Lance Stroll merging into Fernando Alonso? I mean, he's kind of trying to look more and more like Fernando Alonso. Do you not think? I'll be honest, let's be real. This is the Formula One team with the best hair. Like, Fernando Alonso is, what, 41 now? A great barnet, but Lance Stroll's got a great barnet of hair. I look at that. I like this hoodie. I like this hoodie with the luminous yellow insert, but obviously you're not gonna see that, are you? Well, Carlos Sainz has the best hair on the grid on his own. No doubt about it. I do just love this. I do just love this. What I think Lance needs to get rid of this facial hair, guys. Do you not think? I think he needs to get rid of this facial hair. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the length of his hair over his ears either, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry, Lance. I don't know why I'm judging you. I look terrible, Lance. I'm not trying to judge your looks here, buddy. It's nothing to do with me. Yeah, these are really expensive. Like £116 for a hoodie. This team jacket is £209. Well, it's a rain jacket, so it's probably pretty decent quality. 209 quid. Oof. Whoosh. It's a lot, isn't it? But people will buy it. I quite like this white hat, actually. No offense, Lance. I'm not buying a hat with your branding on it for £42. I apologize, but it's just not going to happen. I would possibly buy Fernando's. Nice quality gear though. I'll keep an eye on social media here because there's always a chance some stuff will leak beforehand. This is their new GT3 car, by the way, the Vantage GT3, which looks pretty beautiful, it has to be said. Look at that, absolute beast. It just looks racy, doesn't it? Like, it just looks so good. Hi, Kath. Well, the Christian Horner thing, I want to say something on the Christian Horner thing as well, before we get into this launch. You know that I'm not the biggest Christian Horner fan, but he's really been through it on social media in the sense that a complaint's been made against him, and people have been throwing out accusations like it was sexual assault. He's been sending inappropriate pictures and all sorts, when that wasn't true, but people were just making those stories up. And it turns out that the actual complaint is due to his management style. Well, this is what I'm saying, Nasha. That's what you've heard online, but that isn't actually true. It's just stories that have been spread. Basically, the whole thing is due to his management. Someone's complained about his aggressive management style. A woman's complained about his aggressive management style, and something to do with he's had to question her on her performance or something like that. She's made a complaint about, I guess, his manner and things he said. And that's where this has stemmed from. He was in a meeting on Friday, okay, with an external lawyer. It wasn't a hearing, but it was a meeting. And he was in that meeting from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. going through it all. Now that to me says there was a lot to digest there. This isn't just an hour-long meeting explaining one incident. If he's been with this lawyer for 8 hours, then there's more than just one instance, I think. The truth is, we'll find out eventually about what it is. From what I understand from my sources, guys, in the grid, and by my sources I mean the internet, it's not going to be concluded before the team's launch, or maybe not even before the start of the season. So the question is, is it Wednesday? We'll be on now. No, Thursday is Red Bull's launch. Will Christian Horner be there? Because 2 reasons. One, it might not be appropriate if he's being investigated. 2, people are going to ask questions when he's there. I don't think he'll be at the launch, personally. Premieres in 2 minutes. Yeah, the problem is we don't have... He's being sort of hit as guilty without us knowing any facts yet. Do you know what I mean? And then it's so wrong because people have been saying that he's sending inappropriate images. Basically, people just made stuff up. But because it's the internet, that stuff spreads like wildfire, which it's harsh, isn't it? That these are serious accusations. And based on what we've seen of him, if it turns out he was a bit, had an aggressive management style and was a bit of a bully, I don't think any of us would be truly shocked at that, which says a lot to how he comes across. But again, he's entitled to, we're entitled to find out a little bit more information before we, throw the book at him. So we'll see. If I'm being honest, Dietrich Mateschitz, I don't think he cared what Christian Horner and the other one did. What's the one we don't like? I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name now. Helmut Marko. I don't think Dietrich really cared what they did, but since his passing, I think the Red Bull board have become a lot more wary of the attitudes of the management, maybe. So, yeah. I in that respect, Affy, we joke about Christian Horner, we see him on the TV all the time, but I don't want this to be a case where he's thrown under the bus for no good reason. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not against seeing him every week, but he's had a long, whatever you think of him, he's been the team boss of Red Bull for over 16 years. So if he leaves the sport because of something like this, I want it to be because he's done something wrong. Does that make sense? If he's done something wrong, absolutely. But I don't want it to, I don't want him to lose his job over a witch hunt. However, it sounds like that isn't the case, and that there's a lot of evidence that he's done wrongdoing. We'll see what happens. Supposedly, he's been suggested to resign, and he's not having that. Good morning, Richard. At the end of the day, we don't know the details of what's come out, what he's been accused of, really. We'll find out, I'm sure, soon enough. Right, it's 8 o'clock. Just have a quick look on social media in case they dropped anything. Oh, there it is. Hold on. They put it... We're still premiering on YouTube, yet they've put it live already on Twitter. We'll watch it again in higher quality when it goes live on YouTube. Hi Dominic, good morning to you. Good morning, Labao. This needs an epilepsy warning, doesn't it? Guys, paint! There's paint, guys. It looks pretty much exactly like last year's car in terms of the livery, which isn't a bad thing. Wait, is that last year's car? I mean, I think that is last year's car, isn't it? No, it's not last year's car. No, it is a little bit different. But hey, guys, it looks nice. Just speak of the livery for a second. The livery looks nice. The livery is pretty much what we had last year. There is a little bit more carbon, though, isn't there? Like at the top of the side pods here. This is all carbon. That wasn't carbon last year. I've got some pictures here. Like, this was all black and carbon. But you see this side pod area there? That's a lot more carbon now. I think it is. I think it's a slightly modified version because this is their upgraded side pod in USA. There's definitely a change there. They are doing a shakedown in Silverstone, so we will get to see the real car. There'll be pictures. Let's have a look at pictures. They've made this premiere, right? Because this is just a render, obviously. Yeah, it's definitely different, but we're not gonna. This isn't. You know, we're not going to see this full reveal. Does that make sense? This isn't. They're not showing everything off here, but if we. You could definitely see refinement around the side pods, for sure. You see this undercut here is definitely way more pronounced. Shark fin is certainly different. I don't know about the old gully because it looked like I mean, it looks very, very similar. I mean, it's different. It's a little bit different. You could see the entrance, the scoop where it enters the side pod is definitely different. And you could see the refinement around the side pod. I'm pretty sure this is a modified version. I'm not sure it's the version that'll actually hit the track. The one that'll hit the track will probably be different. But it does look a little bit different to last year's car, which does make me think that it is what they're going toward. You can see the way the side pod cuts in here. It's a lot more sculpted. lot more sculpted. Let's see if there's any other pictures online here. I need a front on. We need a front on picture of the car, but I'm not sure I've got one. This is from their launch, so obviously it wouldn't be the latest spec. This wasn't the latest spec of their side pods. But I mean, you can see the difference. This was their 2023 car. You see the water slide? This water slide is definitely far more refined now. You see this, it's got a really thick edge, but we've noticed with a lot of teams their water slide edge has been a lot less pronounced. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they've got pretty much the same livery they had last year. There is still carbon fiber. The rear wing, front wing is all carbon fiber, right? But that's what they had last year. At least the rest of the car is still, you know, actually, is that green different, by the way? I don't know if it's just the lighting, but that green, does that green look different to you? I think it looks really nice. Yes, there is carbon fiber on it, but I think it looks nice though. I'm not against it. I don't really love the carbon fiber in this gully, if I'm being 100% honest with you, but you know, we had that last year as well, and it kind of is what it is. What? Who's put these pictures up? It's pretty absolutely saturated to hell. I like it. I like it. The green does seem like it's a little bit different, though. I don't know. I think it could be due to the lighting. But I mean, they haven't really changed it, have they? They've kept their aesthetic, which is, you know, the Aston Martin racing green with a little highlight of the luminous yellow. And then they've tried to work in this carbon fiber where they can, presumably still to save weight. Rear wing and front wing is all carbon, a little bit more carbon around the sides as well. Like, for instance, the whole side pod isn't even green. Look at this. You see where it cuts off halfway up? Well, not quite halfway, but halfway up the side pod here. So they have taken a few liberties when it comes to... I'm not sure if they did that last year. I don't think they did. Yeah, they've taken a few liberties and shaved off a little bit here and there. For sure. But predominantly, it's painted. The thing is, the Aston Martin green is such a nice green. I'm glad that it's they've kept it. We'll see a lot more pictures later on today when they do their shakedown around Silverstone. There might be some spy shots there. This looks really interesting to me. It's hard to see on these pictures, but this scoop seems like a really odd shape, doesn't it? Like it looks like, I don't know. It's like this. It looks like a cartoon character's front lip, like when they're like. Looks like The Mask. It's like Jim Carrey. Listen, I approve. They've done a good job. Like they said, this is a refinement of last year's car. I think the car that we'll see on track at Silverstone today, assuming we get any pictures, will be a little bit different from this one, far more refined. But you can see that in the side pods, the front wing, this front wing won't be the front wing they'll run, but in the side pods and engine cover, it's very much a refinement. I don't know if I've got a picture of this engine cover from a good angle, because you could see that from this angle here. You know, they had this bulbous engine cover, right? But look at the way that it's curving now. Like from this angle, you can really see the curvature in that engine cover as it goes down to the exhaust. That definitely wasn't there in last year's car. It's far straighter. So this is a refinement of their 2023 car. Just refining it. It's not, you know, a crazy change. I like it though. I like it. We didn't get an interview with Lawrence, you know, but I approve of it. I approve of it. Yeah, I would say it's the nicest yet because, you know, I still wish we did have more paint. Like I say, you know, the front of this is the same as last year, but the front wing and the rear wing is still carbon, but I'll let them off. The only bit I really don't like is the carbon down the gully here. But in terms of visuals, it looks nice, doesn't it? It looks nice. So I'm looking forward to seeing it on track. There's definitely differences there, Trucker, but I'm no technical savant to tell you exactly what they are. But just looking at pictures from last year's car, and I tried to get pictures from later in the season after they did their big upgrade at the United States Grand Prix. There's definitely changes, but it's a refinement. It's not. If we find, I don't know if I can find a picture from USA, another one from the front angle there. Look at these. Look at this. Look at the side pods here. I'm not sure if that was their latest version. Let me double check. Because they did do an upgrade. I don't know how people keep tabs on all the upgrades as well, because that's just mental to me how people keep an eye on all that. And be like, no, that was actually the upgraded car from you know, blah 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 blah. If you see here, like look at the scoop and the side pod entry here, and then look at the difference here. It is significantly different. It's the same with the side pod undercut here. You can see that it is a much more refined design. And then, like I was saying with the rear engine cover here, you can see how much more they've refined it. These aren't big changes in the sense of like you're going to notice huge sweeping changes, but there are changes. I will say this as well. You can see that they've whether this is the spec front wing they use, you can see that they've gone from the front. In their 2023 car, they actually attached to the front flap here. You can see, whereas they are not doing that in the 24 car. So yeah, there are definitely changes that people who are in the know will, I'm sure, go over. It's a render at the end of the day, though, so there's not a crazy amount to be gained. Because, like I said, I do think the car that hit Silverstone today, I'm not sure if it's already started going around. That car will probably be more refined, but it's an evolution of last year's car. Rocked, how you doing? Yeah, I think it looks nice. It looks like a race car to me. It looks like a nice car. So, refinement on last year. We've got paint. I mean, it's absolutely crazy to think that one of the benefits now of car launch liveries for me is that it's got paint on it. If it's got paint on it, then I'm happy. Like how that's crazy, isn't it? But yeah, but I don't think this will be the floor, Richard. I don't think this will just be a rendered floor. I don't think this will be the one they'll actually run, but the floor and the underneath will have had a lot of tweaks for sure. It's one of the main places of aerodynamic gain on these cars, so without a doubt. Without a doubt. Now, next up is Ferrari tomorrow. I don't know what time Ferrari's launch is yet, but I will be watching it when I find out the time, so I'll let you know. Keep your eyes peeled. For those of you on YouTube, thank you for joining me for this launch. And I will see you tomorrow for the launch of Ferrari. Goodbye, YouTube. Awkward smile. Bye.